Sorry, what's up guys? We are out here on a farm that we have access to hunt on, and we have a giant 8-pointer, and I think that is the deer we're going to be zeroed in on for our velvet hunt. And so it's cool. We got a deer now. He's consistently on camera in 3 different areas. We're getting ready. It's almost August. We're probably 26, 27 days away from our velvet hunt, and this deer is pushing 140, 150 right now as a velvet deer. Just a solid 8-pointer. Cannot beat that. But we're gonna walk through this area, try to get a spot identified. This is for sure gonna be a saddle hunt for us. And so we're just gonna kind of get an idea of where we think he's coming in. He's consistently coming into this one little micro food plot area. We have some protein feed that we put out here. And so, yeah, we know he's coming in here consistently every day, pretty routine. And so it's a long ridge top. We're gonna kind of walk around, try to get an idea of where he's coming in, because you want to hit him. He's hitting here right at sunset, around that time period, but he's getting here, so we know he's not maybe bedding off, but we'll figure it out. And so we're just gonna dive into this area and try to get a game plan together for this one spot, and then probably like in a couple days we're gonna go tackle the other spot and the other spots. We're gonna hit all 3 spots to have a game plan for that weekend. So we're out here. Why do I have my bow? I want to get everything dialed in. I want to know exactly what height we're going to. I want to know exactly what angle I'm going to be sitting at in the saddle, what angle Gabriel's going to be sitting at. I want to have all those items dialed in because I'm nervous that this could be a morning hunt, and I don't want to be screwing around. I don't want to be solving for things in the dark, making noise, and so I just want to get everything dialed in exactly, because the way they're coming in and out of this area, I know for high confidence that it's only gonna be 1 or 2 trails that they're using to get into this area. It's pretty steep on all sides except for a few other areas, so there's a natural funnel point. So we're gonna get our spot dialed in. We're gonna get everything. Where are you gonna sit? Where am I gonna sit? Where's the bow gonna sit? Which way they're coming? I wanna get those all isolated today. Get a game plan together in advance and prep for that. So I love fork trees like that. Get positioned right in the middle, and you could almost use both trees to your shielding advantage. Best thing about saddle hunting, use the tree to your advantage to cover yourself, give concealment. It protects you a lot. But having 2 trees like that, you can get in between. 2 hunters can go back and forth, set up another platform on the other tree. It's just a really smart and good setup for a saddle hunt, and that's ideal. Let's keep walking this way. The elevation's pretty steep out here with valleys and ravines. I like to always be cognizant of the way the deer are walking and where they're coming from. He's gonna be coming from this valley, and so like he's gonna be naturally looking up, walking. And so like I would not want to be on that tree or that tree from down there, because that is just straight looking up, walking right at you. That's not a good spot. I would want to be 10 yards off this trail, because this is the trail they're using. It's a solid trail, goes all the way down, and you know pretty confidently that it gets much steeper on that side, so this is the natural funnel up this ridge. Be cognizant of where they're walking from and what they're going to be looking at and what they're used to. Don't plop yourself right on a tree, right on their trail, right in their periphery where they're going to be walking and what they're used to seeing every single day. And so that fork is awesome. Now looking at it, where they're coming from, like great canopy, got good protection, and you're not in their periphery, and they're gonna walk right by you and you'll get a solid 20-yard shot. I like that tree even more so now. I like this spot too. Key thing for us to focus in on is anticipating wind direction, where they're coming, funneling, and then thermals. Thermals are a big deal out here, especially with moving water. And so we have water running down that way. So that's gonna be pulling a lot of air motion with that water down that way. We also have water moving occasionally. If we have a decent rain, there will be running water down that way. So in the morning, thermals are pushing a lot of stuff down. We also have a south wind most of the time in the early season. And so that south wind is gonna be coming from there, going that direction. And so this spot is gonna be difficult in the morning. It's almost off the no bueno, no good, never even touch it, because they're gonna be coming from that area, and all your thermals, all your scent, everything's gonna be dumping that way. So this is definitely an afternoon setup, because with the south wind, pushing our wind that way, thermals will be going that way in the afternoon, in the evening. Yeah, and this tree's nice. It's about 20 yards off that main trail, feeding from this area. This is a good setup. But the one downside with this is we might have to go higher, because we're below the grade. So if they do come above us, everything will be up there. So like if he comes in last, the last buck to come in, or the last deer to come in before sunset, you'll have deer up there. And so wind will be blowing that way, thermals, like, this might be a tricky spot. I thought we might have to go higher up the ridge, like maybe closer to where you are. Because I'm nervous about the wind blowing. I mean, I'm below them at this height, and so the deer will be at eye level. If we move, like, we'll be in their periphery. Obviously there's a ton of canopy between us and them, and we'll be in good camo, but still, I'll break this down. I'm no bueno on this. This is nice coming up right here. I'm nervous now with that deer coming in and being ahead of us, or ahead of him, and spooking because of our scent blowing up that way. We nixed that one because of the grade. I thought we'd be able to get high enough, but we're not. We'd actually be like sitting in the tree at 22, 23 feet up and still be looking up onto the food plot up. And with an afternoon hunt, everything's gonna be going up that way. So I want to at least try to get high enough to clear the crest of the ridge top to cover our scent. And so we've come up about 20 yards from where we were to the most ideal tree ever. We're actually gonna be on two separate trees. I think I'm gonna be on this tree, Gabriel's gonna be on this tree, and we will sit in tandem, parallel to each other. And so I'll be able to shoot through this tree. He can film on the left-hand side of the tree, and so our shot opportunity sits from this side all the way across. And I can, being left-handed, I can draw through the tree, pull all the way down. I don't think you could find a better spot. Question is, are we comfortable enough to get above the crest of the ridge and see what the canopy is? One thing we've already acknowledged, our shot lane, where the tree, the main funnel where they're coming up, is up here. And we're gonna have to cut that tree down. A little crap tree, but it's got quite a canopy to cover our shot up. We'll have to cut that down, and maybe some branches over there. But yeah, this is an ideal setup. They'll be coming up this way, giving us a 20-yard shot broadside. Or if they decide to cut across from the funnel area and come up this way, we're cleared the whole way. I mean, this is a nice spot. This isn't bad, but like ideally the platform is this way, but the angle of this tree is actually tricky. Yeah. all my gravity and momentum wants to hang that way. And so I'll be fighting that the whole way. And I'm left-handed, so like, yeah, I get a great shot right here, but like, I'm gonna have to pivot to something like this to get a shot off behind me. And we all know how that happened last year. So yeah, I don't want a repeat of that. So I don't want to get stuck in this position, even though it's a comfy position for me, especially on a tree like this. So we got our spot dialed in. This is definitely it. You can see once you get up in the tree, you can see the trails, like they're coming up this way and then they kind of all feather out from that main trail right on this side. It just fans across the side of this ridge up into that food plot. Most likely just reconning what's up there before making the full entry. But yeah, this is the setup. We got to be downside of the downhill slope of the tree. We got to cut some trees, one tree there, and then maybe a few branches up there, but minimal effort. But this just opens up the whole area right here. It's a sweet spot, the good deer. We're gonna recon one or two other areas where he's popping up, but this has been his home base for the last like 2 months, like every day here. But he has been migrating a little bit, about a mile that way. And so we're gonna go check out those areas on another day and do a similar assessment. And just keep tracking the trail cameras and see where he's showing up and what he's moving, and come closer to Velvet Hunt. We'll have 3 kind of target areas where we can whack him.